Hey everybody, this is Country Echoes. Today I'll be showing you my newest addition, the ball python. I picked him up yesterday at the expo. It was just kind of a spontaneous buy. I've kind of been doing some research on ball pythons lately. I find these banana or coral globe ball pythons really beautiful because their colors are so distinct. I'll give you some up close and more focused shots of them in just a moment. But I think their colors are just so fantastic because your average ball python or snake is just kind of a brown, kind of dullish color. But this snake right here, this ball python I've got here, he is a vibrant orange and yellow, and he's got a bunch of purples, and he's got some darker black spots developing within the purples. So he's just a really beautiful snake. I'm really excited to have him. He's incredibly calm, and this is like I said, a ball python, so a pretty great beginner snake, as I am an inexperienced snake owner, so he's a pretty cool animal. I'll give you guys some close-up looks at him in just a moment. You know, I picked him up yesterday at the expo for a pretty fantastic deal. Really beautiful snake. He caught my eye immediately. Very beautiful animal. I'm going to start off by feeding him once a week. I'm going to feed him frozen thawed mice. I picked up I had a kind of a snake expert, I guess you could say, at the expo. Kind of size up my snake and pick out the correct size pinky mice for him, or frozen thawed mice. So I got the appropriately sized mice. So I might be doing some feeding videos in the future. You guys can go ahead and comment down below whether or not you want to see some ball python feeding videos. I can imagine that being pretty fun to see and much more distinct from all my other animals, which only eat crickets. Also, this guy does not have a name. He is a male, and I gave you some pretty close-up shots of him so you can kind of get his distinct patternings. So go ahead below and comment down some name suggestions, very similar to how I did with my bearded dragon right here to my left, ZZ. You guys can go ahead in the comments down below and suggest some really cool names, and I might choose from one of your suggestions and feature your suggestion in the next video and name my snake after your suggestion, which will be pretty sweet. So I'll give y'all a quick montage of some really close-up beautiful shots of my snake. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you his basic setup, but the setup I've got so far. So I'll go ahead and give you guys a close-up look of his terrarium. As I said, it's pretty basic. It's nothing flashy. I know a lot of my terrariums that I have are pretty nice looking and very naturalistic, but the guy who sold them to me just recommended a pretty basic setup. That's what he had him in at his place where he breeds all of his snakes. So I decided to kind of keep up with the trend and give him my snake a good starting, really basic and clean and safe setup for him, so I can really monitor his feeding responses and really monitor how he's doing, because I need to make sure I acclimate him well to this new terrarium. So what I've got him in is a basic little 10-gallon tank with some Repti-Bark in there. Repti-Bark's pretty good at holding humidity, which these small ball pythons need a little bit of, like 50 to 60%. So I just give it a little spray down, and it'll hold a little humidity. I'll go ahead and set him back in there. I think he's ready to go back home. Let's get off my hand. Okay. So what I've got is over here, under this just cork flat that's very cramped, which he seems to like a lot, is my heat pad. I'm keeping it at about 92 to 95 degrees, trying to keep it pretty warm. I'm keeping this side of the tank 75 to 78 degrees. I've got this little tiny water dish, as you can see, just very simple. That's like kind of a miniature dog bowl, I guess. Perfect size for him. You have to make sure that you give them a water dish that they can fit their whole body in while not drowning themselves, because if they did, that would be a tragedy, and you don't want that happening. So lately he's just been kind of slithering around and exploring his new terrarium. He seems to like it. He seems to not be too stressed out. He's been exploring it. He's been sleeping during the day. He's doing pretty good. So once I get my snake started off pretty well, I do plan on giving him a larger terrarium, upwards of a 20 to 30 gallon tank. But for now, I just want to keep him in a basic setup that he'll feel comfortable in. And as he's not very large and these snakes don't move around too much, I want to make sure that he feels secure so I can get him started off eating, because I have to make the switch from live mice to frozen mice. And if he doesn't eat frozen mice, I'll definitely start feeding live mice. But I want to make sure he's very secure and comfortable, so it maybe will be a little easier to switch him from his previous food, live mice, to his current food, which will be frozen mice. So that pretty much sums up this video. That's my brand new pet snake. I'm really enjoying him so far. He's very, very comfortable with being handled, very calm, hasn't snapped at me, hasn't really shown any aggression yet. Seems to not be too stressed out. I'm just trying to not handle him too much so he can get acclimated to his enclosure and I can be ready to feed him come next week. So like I said, I will be planning on giving him a nicer setup sometime in the future, but I just want to start off basic, make sure he's comfortable and gets eating well. So guys, I want to thank you so much for checking out this video. Make sure to go down below and comment some name suggestions, and if any of you guys are experienced ball python owners and you've got some tips, go ahead and drop those down, because I'm here to learn as well. I'm here to provide information and gain information from you guys. So I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Thank you guys for all the subscribers. I'm almost to 2,000, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're almost to 2K. Pretty great victory in my mind. It's going super well. I want to thank you guys so much for all the support and all the subscriptions and the likes and the comments. It's just going super, super well. And I just think it's super fun to do. So guys, thank you so much for watching. This is Country Echoes. I will see you on the next one.